Hey, welcome to Creative for More, the podcast. Over here, our conversations are centered around birthing the more that exists within you. We help you mine your originality, live more resiliently, and leverage all of your experiences so that you can serve the world as the highest expression of yourself. My guests will challenge your thinking and give you practical insights for being more, doing more, and having more. My name is Kamso and Nwosuagwu, and I am your host. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome. Welcome to Creative for More, the podcast. I am especially giddy today because it is a very special episode. I have got incredible guests, or shall I say hosts, today. Today's show is a show with a twist. So as we're still in the kind of celebratory phase of the show, we have 100 episodes and now it's coming up to 104 episodes. Today is 103. 104 is significant because for me it's exactly 2 years since we've been podcasting consecutively. So yay. So for today's show, I have got 2 amazing hosts. Yes, hosts. And they're going to be interviewing me as part of our celebratory activities to commemorate the podcast being 2 years. I have got 2 incredible ladies, which I know you guys will be amazing. You guys would love to meet. I've got the incredible. Introduce yourself.
My name is Kamso and Nwosuagwu. I'm 10 years old, turning 11.
And what's your name?
Days.
In 4 days. And what's your name?
My name's Kaima Nwosuagwu, and I'm 9 and I'm turning 10 on January.
So, in case you haven't worked it out yet, these are my babies. These are my daughters. So I thought, you know what? Let us do something different, right? On this show, we're all about empowerment. We're all about, helping people see life through a paradigm that gives them personal power, right? So these amazing hosts for the day will be interviewing me about the podcast, what it's been like, being on the podcast. I haven't seen their questions, so you'll be as surprised as I am as I hear them ask me the questions that they've curated specially. So we're having podcast hosts in the making, obviously, and I'm just so proud of them, and I can't wait to get into the show. If you're as excited as I am, let's get into it. Okay, so who's going to be starting today? They're both pointing at each other. That's not a good sign, hosts. You must be ready to take the reins at a moment's notice. Okay, so Kamso, would you like to start us off today? Okay, so go ahead. What's your first question?
My first question is, how did you become successful?
How did I become successful? Okay, so success is a relative term, and as you grow older, you'll find that. And what relativity means is that, it's not absolute, i.e., how one person sees success will always be different from how another person sees success, and there's no problem with that. It's not an issue. So you have to define what success means to you. So when you say why or how did you become so successful, are you defining success by your terms or is it by mommy's terms?
I'm defining it by your terms because you're successful in making podcasts and successful in life.
Oh, thank you very much, my darling. So how have I become so successful at making podcasts? I just decided one day that I was going to become a podcast host. And I think the key thing is discipline. Discipline is a key ingredient for success for me. I started off and I decided that whether or not I felt like it, I was going to show up. Right, I was going to show up on the show. I was going to put in my best because I realized that it wasn't about me. A lot of people listen to the show and they are inspired by the show, and I wanted to make sure that I did my best to always show up for them. So that I would say is the key reason for me showing up as much as I have over the years. Well, that's a good question. Thank you.
My next question is, do you use inspiration from other podcasts?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh my goodness, that's a great question. So I do listen to quite a few podcasts. I do. But as with everything, it's important that you remain authentic to yourself. And what it means is you retain as much of you in anything that you do, such that people know it's you. You leave a little bit of yourself in it. So as much as I do listen to other podcasts and I get inspiration from them, I don't lift and shift. I still take what I can and I still make it my own, if that makes sense. But yes, there's so many incredible podcasts out there, and I have I do take inspiration, but then again, as I said, I do make it mine as well.
What would you say being successful means?
Being successful to me means it means being relevant in today's world. It means offering what you have on the inside of you to people who need that exact thing that you have to offer, who will be thankful for it, and making an impact in our world. So beyond anything that you do, a lot of people think success is really about money, but success isn't about money. Success to me is about making the world a better place, making people smile, making people happy, and being relevant, letting what I have, the light that I have in me, shine brightly for the world to see. That's what success means to me.
Would you say that you're successful?
Would I say that I'm successful? That's a really good question. I think so. I think it's a journey. So I don't know that I will ever get to the place where I feel like I'm ultimately successful, because as long as I have life and I have breath, there will always be people to impact, and people whose lives need some of the solutions that I carry on the inside of me.
If there was one thing you would like to ask God, what would it be?
Oh wow, if there was one thing I would like to ask God. These girls are cracking hosts. My goodness, I should come and take lessons from you guys. What would be the one question I will ask God? I will ask God. Was it be something for me or something for?
It can be anything.
Anything. Nice and open-ended. Okay, the one question, if there was one thing, I would ask him to show me all the people in the world that he has assigned to me. So what I mean by that is that every single person has been, I believe, God has assigned people that on your life's journey, you're meant to reach somehow, impact and make their lives better. So your responsibility is to shine as bright as you can, so that those people find you and come and gravitate towards you and be blessed by you. So if I could ask God any question, what would it be? I'll ask him how else I can apply some of my gifts. So and in what order and sequence as well, because I am one of those people that I've always somehow I've always been able to do many things, and sometimes I feel as if that in itself is holds me back, because sometimes I do this and then I do that and I do this and I do that. But I'll ask God to just help me be really, really super clear on the exact things I need to be doing at the exact times, so that I don't miss his will for me, so that I do exactly what he wants me to do per time, essentially.
What do you teach other women?
What do I teach other women? Oh, nice. What do I teach other women? So I teach other women to find themselves. That's what I do. I teach them to love themselves. I teach them to make impact in the world. I teach them to find their voices. I teach them to become lights and beacons of hope. And I teach them to be grateful. To be grateful, and I teach them also to dream big, to understand that they were created for more, and there is so much on the inside of them that they haven't yet explored. Yeah. Do you like that answer?
That's nice.
You do? Good.
Now I understand.
Now you understand. Awesome. Okay.
Have you been taught by other people?
That's a really, really good question. So initially, I started podcasting almost freestyle. Not really. I didn't really have a teacher for it per se. I just kind of learned so what other people were doing and then started doing it. But with everything else, in terms of how I help women in coaching and the rest of the stuff that I do, yes, I have sat in a lot of classes. I have learned from amazing mentors and teachers, and yes, definitely that has influenced me a great deal and has made me a lot of who I am today. So yes, is the answer to that.
My question is, why did you decide to teach other women?
That is such a good question. Oh my gosh. Okay, why did I decide? I feel, I don't think I had a choice. I kind of feel like it was a calling. It is a calling. It's been the most natural thing for me. Even before I started doing it as something more steady in the way that I do it now, regular. I have always, even informally in my friendship groups and in any circles, I'm always, I've always been a teacher. Always been a teacher. I remember some of my earliest conversations. People would say, "Oh, you're such a teacher." People make, statements like that. So I think, God creates each and every one of us uniquely, and He puts gifts in you for a particular purpose and assignment. And I believe that teaching and helping people see themselves differently is my unique assignment. So the gifts that I have help with me being able to express the assignment, or me being able to do the assignment that God gave me. So I don't know that I decided to. I think it found me, and I just kind of naturally started doing it.
So you're saying you're like born to do that?
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool. One day I'll teach other women as well.
Really? Would you like to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right then.
I want to be a teacher.
You want to be a teacher too, like mommy? Okay, that was a really good question. Okay, Kamso.
My last question is, how do you feel about having 100 episodes?
Well, it's 103 now. But I am super excited about the journey. Actually, let me say, I am happy. And sometimes, some moments, I actually don't even believe it. I think the incredible thing about the podcast being 100 is not only the fact that it's 100, it's the fact that it's 100 consecutive episodes. So what that means, consecutive, you know what consecutive means? Consecutive means back to back. Like, so every single week I have done an episode, a podcast episode. So that means even when mommy is not feeling well, even when mommy doesn't feel like it, even when mommy is busy with other things, she has to find the time to do it, because that's what you do when you commit to something. It's been incredible, and I'm grateful for the journey so far, and I'm thankful for the opportunities that it has brought, some of the opportunities that I get to meet so many incredible people from across the world. So that has been a real treat for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And my last question, are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I think so. Are you proud of me?
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
Oh, thank you so much. I am proud of myself. I'm proud of what myself and the team have achieved so far. and I'm proud of where we're going, because I know that there's still a lot more to do, and I'm proud of all the amazing people that allow me to do what I do. You guys. I'm proud of all the amazing things and the fact that you guys support me, because you allow me to do what I do. So I'm proud of you guys. Thank you. So my question to you is that, how does it feel for you with everything that mommy does? Do you like it or no?
I love it.
You scared me. Do you want to speak to that a little bit more?
I love what you do, and even though when you're busy a lot, I know what you do is worth it, and I'm really happy for the people you teach.
Aww.
And I think they're really lucky.
Oh, thank you. Kamso?
I really like what you're doing because you're always caring for other people. You're like some of the disciples of Jesus, because the disciples of Jesus went around the world telling people about God and what to worship and worshiping God, and that's what you do too, just through a podcast.
Oh, that's a great perspective. Thank you very much.
And you sacrifice loads of your time.
I do sacrifice loads of my time. I do, and thank you for making it easy for me to do. And I celebrate you guys, and I'm just grateful for you being in my team, because you're in my team, aren't you? Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Say bye to people on the podcast.
Bye.
Kisses.
Thank you for joining me this week on Created for More, the podcast. Make sure you visit my website. I'm at tombra.com, where you can subscribe to the show either via iTunes or Spotify, so that you never miss a show going forward. You can also follow me on social media. I'm at tombra.nwosuagwu. And if you love the show, please leave a rating on iTunes so that we can continue to bring you amazing episodes. Thanks for listening.